vegana presents. Hansel and Gretel. Programmed by John Ferguson Aditi. Next to a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter with his wife and his 2 children. The boy's name was Hansel and the girl's name was Gretel. He had but little to eat, and once, when a great famine came to the land, he could no longer provide even their daily bread. One evening, he sighed and said to his wife, "What is to become of us? How can we feed our children, when we have nothing for ourselves?" "Man, do you know what?" answered the woman. "Early tomorrow morning you will take the 2 children out, into the thickest part of the woods, make a fire for them, and give each of them a little piece of bread. Then leave them by themselves and go off to your work. They will not find their way back home, and we will be rid of them." "No, woman," said the man. "I will not do that. How could I bring myself to abandon my own children alone in the woods?" "Oh, you fool," she said. "Then all 4 of us will starve. All you can do is to plane the boards for our coffins." And she gave him no peace until he agreed. The 2 children had not been able to fall asleep because of their hunger, and they heard what the stepmother had said to the father. At daybreak, even before sunrise, the woman came and woke the 2 children. "Get up, you lazy bones. You are going into the woods to fetch wood." Then she gave each one a little piece of bread, saying, "Here is something for midday. Don't eat it any sooner, for you'll not get any more." On the way to the woods, Hansel crumbled his piece in his pocket, then often stood still and threw crumbs onto the ground. When they were deep into the woods, a large fire was made, and the father said, "Sit here, children. If you get tired you can sleep a little. I am going into the woods to cut wood. I will come and get you in the evening when I am finished." When it was midday, Gretel shared her bread with Hansel, who had scattered his piece along the path. Then they fell asleep, and evening passed. But no one came to get the poor children. When the moon appeared they got up, but they could not find any crumbs, for the many thousands of birds that fly about in the woods and in the fields had pecked them up. They walked through the entire night, and the next day, from morning until evening, but they did not find their way out of the woods. They went on, until they came to a little house. When they came closer, they saw that the little house was built entirely from bread with a roof made of cake. And the windows were made of clear sugar. "Let's help ourselves to a good meal," said Hansel, very happy. Suddenly the door opened, and a woman, as old as the hills, and leaning on a crutch, came creeping out. Hansel and Gretel were so frightened, that they dropped what they were holding in their hands. But the old woman shook her head, and said, "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." She took them by the hand, and led them into her house. Then she served them a good meal. Milk and pancakes with sugar, apples, and nuts. Afterward she made 2 nice beds for them, decked in white. Hansel and Gretel went to bed, thinking they were in heaven. But the old woman had only pretended to be friendly. She was a wicked witch, who was lying in wait there for children. She had built her house of bread, only in order to lure them to her. And if she captured one, she would kill him, cook him, and eat him. And for her, that was a day to celebrate.